The photographer at my wedding stopped shooting and said, "I've seen your face before. You were the groom in another wedding I shot last month. We were doing the couple portraits in the garden when Diana lowered her camera and stared at me. I need to ask you something really weird." My bride Vanessa was adjusting her veil and didn't hear. Diana pulled me aside and her face had gone completely serious. "Have you gotten married before? Recently?" I laughed because the question was absurd. "No, this is my first wedding." "Why would you ask that?" She pulled out her phone and started scrolling through photos. "Because I shot a wedding last month in Portland and the groom looked exactly like you. Same face, same build, same everything." She showed me a photo and my blood went cold. The man in the tux standing at the altar could have been my identical twin. Same dark hair, same jawline, same height. Diana zoomed in on his face. "That's not you?" I stared at the photo, trying to understand what I was seeing. "I've never been to Portland. I've never seen this person in my life." Vanessa walked over asking what was taking so long, and Diana showed her the photo. My fiancé went pale. "That's impossible. That looks exactly like you." She turned to me with this expression I'd never seen before. "Tell me that's not you." I swore it wasn't. But Diana was already pulling up more photos from that wedding. The mystery groom cutting cake, dancing with his bride, kissing her at the altar. Every single photo looked like me in a different wedding with a different woman. Vanessa grabbed my phone and demanded to see my calendar from last month. I showed her. I was at work every single day the Portland wedding would have happened. My coworker had even posted photos of our team lunch that same weekend. Diana looked between us. "I don't understand. I photographed over 300 weddings, and I've never seen two people look this identical." She kept scrolling through the Portland photos and suddenly stopped. "Wait, this guy's left hand. He's missing part of his ring finger." I held up both my hands, all 10 fingers intact. Vanessa exhaled with relief, but Diana was frowning at her phone. "I still can't believe how similar you two look." The bride's name was Catherine Walsh. Let me see if I can find her contact info. She pulled up her records and sent me Catherine's email. Maybe this is worth reaching out about. Could be a long-lost twin situation or something. I'd been adopted as a baby and never knew my birth family. The possibility of having a twin brother I'd never met sent my mind racing. Vanessa grabbed my hand. "Do you want to reach out to her?" I nodded and composed a message right there in the garden with half our wedding guests waiting inside. "My name is David Brennan. I'm getting married today in Chicago, and my photographer showed me photos from your wedding. Your husband looks exactly like me. I was adopted and never knew my birth family. Is there any chance your husband was also adopted?" My phone buzzed within 10 minutes. Catherine had responded. "This is incredible. Yes, my husband Paul was adopted as a baby. He's been searching for biological family for years. Can you send me a photo?" I sent her a selfie of myself in my tux. She responded immediately. "Oh my God, Paul needs to see this. Are you available to video call?" I looked at Vanessa and she nodded. I stepped away from our wedding party and called Catherine Walsh. A woman in her 30s answered and called someone over. "Paul, come here right now." A man appeared on screen and we both froze. He had my face but with visible differences now that I was looking directly at him. His nose was slightly wider, his eyes were a bit more deep set, and his left ring finger was missing from the second knuckle up. "Holy hell," he said. "You look just like my brother Danny." My heart stopped. "You have another brother?" Paul nodded and pulled out his phone to show me a photo. 3 men standing together, Paul in the middle with his arm around 2 other guys who all shared the same basic facial structure. Danny and I found each other through a DNA test 2 years ago. We were both adopted from the same agency in Ohio in 1991. The agency told us there was a third baby boy adopted out the same year, but they couldn't release information. He stared at me through the screen. "Were you born in Ohio? October 1991? I felt the ground shift beneath me. "Yes, October 15th, Paul's voice cracked. "Danny was born October 12th. I was born October 9th. We're triplets, and the agency told us our third brother was adopted by a family that moved out of state immediately." Vanessa was crying now, but happy tears. Paul continued. "The 3 of us were surrendered together by our birth mother who couldn't care for multiples. Danny and I have been trying to find you for 2 years.